A bright light floods my consciousness. As I open my eyes, the morning light shines through the window. Ugh. I wake from my dream. I don't quite remember it, but I remember vaguely watching a dream. It was very nostalgic. The smell of tatami. Is that what it was? Huh? That's strange. Even though I'm awake, I still smell a nice scent. Shiki. I hear a voice by my ear. Sensing something beside me, my dozing eyes fly open. I frantically stop my surprised shout. I don't know why, but Hisui is sleeping on my bed. And that's not all. At the same time, leaning right up against me, is her completely unguarded, sleeping face. Tense as I am, I can't say a thing. My sleepiness disappears in a flash. What's going on? Moving just my neck, I glance around. Without a doubt, this is my room. Hisui lies there, breathing softly. Let's see. Yesterday, I try to remember what happened yesterday, but that's not important. Hisui's breathing is on my chest, her peaceful, sleeping face. For now, just being able to see that so closely makes me not care about anything else. I'm completely absorbed. It's not that I didn't realize it before, but Hisui is really pretty. It's not that she just has a beautiful face. Rather, her graceful atmosphere. I can't help but think that it's pretty. Hisui. If I could, I would like to stay this way forever. But that can't happen. Besides, unless Hisui wakes up soon, there'll be a lot of trouble. After all, I have to pee. Hisui. Hey, Hisui. I call, but she doesn't seem to wake up. Hey, it's morning. Isn't it time to get up? I gently shake Hisui. Hisui. Wake up, Hisui. Hisui's fingers start to twitch. Hisui's eyelids slowly open, like melting ice. Waveringly stretching out her arms, Hisui wakes up. She looks around the room, rubbing her eyes for a few seconds. Hisui finally grasps the fact that she's in my room, and the fact that I'm right in front of her. Ah! Hisui jumps from the bed. Shiki-sama, why am I can't explain it very well, but do you remember about last night? About last night? Hisui starts to think, and all of a sudden, Hisui's cheeks turn red. You remembered? Yes. I caused you a lot of trouble, Shiki-sama. With flushed cheeks, Hisui looks right at me. Sorry about that. I went to your room, but it was locked and I couldn't enter. I thought you could sleep in my room while I went to go get Kohaku-san, but the alcohol got to me and just like that, I fell asleep. Yeah, that's exactly how I remember it. But that's odd. Last night, I thought for sure. It's odd. I thought that I went to sleep on the carpet, but sometime during the night I must have gotten onto the bed. I wasn't thinking of doing anything weird to you, Hisui. I just now woke up too. Hisui stares at me silently. I mean it! I didn't have a choice. Kohaku-san had to take care of Akiha, and I couldn't just leave you alone like that. I apologize for holding you, and I was ready for you to get mad at me for doing that. Trying to answer Hisui's direct gaze. and I try my utmost to explain. Hisui doesn't answer. She just looks over her clothes and nods. It appears that way. My clothing does not appear to be tampered with. You are innocent, Shiki-sama. Good. I breathe a sigh of relief. And I think the one who placed you on the bed was me. I woke up once during the night and saw you sleeping on the floor. I did not want you to catch a cold, so I remember getting you up to sleep on the bed. For real? If that's true, then that would explain why I was on the bed. But why was Hisui sleeping on the bed too? Please forgive me. I was still a little drunk, and I thought that since there was a bed in front of me, I wouldn't need to go back to my room. Embarrassed, Hisui explains what happened. I see. Hey, Toms, what's up? Certainly. That's how you think when you're drunk. I start to laugh for some reason. Embarrassed, Hisui drops her shoulders. Why is it? Even though I was only sleeping next to her, I get so conscious of Hisui, I'm unable to say anything clearly. Anyway, let's just keep it a secret between us. If Akiha knew about it, she'd get angry. And if Kohaku-san knew about it, she'd just tease us about it relentlessly. Yes. If Shiki-sama will allow it, then it will help me as well. Yeah. Sorry, Hisui. If I was more responsible, this thing would have never happened. I say sorry and bow my head to her. Nothing did happen, but it's still a fact that I carried a girl to my room and slept next to her. No matter what Hisui says, I think I'm responsible. Not at all. It is my fault. If I was more responsible, then you would have never had to worry about any of this, Shiki-sama. No, it's okay. Anyway, I just want to apologize. I'd actually feel better if you say something like, Shiki-sama is a jerk. You have every right to, although I don't think you'd say something like that. Yes. Well, that kind of order would be very troubling. Wouldn't it? So, let me apologize. If you don't let me, I'll never trust you with anything again. Okay, it's a little harsh. Laid it on kind of thick. Hisui just stares at me deep in thought. Ishiki-sama is really clumsy, are you not? Hisui says this in an awfully kind voice, different from before. Well then, I'll say Shiki-sama is at fault this time. I'll have to let you make up for this sometime, so please do not forget. Hisui... If you will please excuse me. Shiki-sama, please hurry to the sitting room, or you will be late. Hisui gives a perfect bow and exits the room. I just remained there on my bed, mouth opened and stunned in silence. She smiled. For that instant, it seemed like time itself had stopped. This isn't good. This is really not good. All she did was smile, but why am I so stunned? I go to the sitting room to see Hisui standing there. Akiha has already eaten breakfast and is drinking tea, and it seems that Kohaku-san is in the kitchen. Good morning, Ni-san. You're up very early this morning, aren't you? There's only going to be so many more of those, man. I gotta savor them. Huh? This morning there was a little trouble. I stopped short and steal a single glance at Hisui's face. Why? This kid has the worst poker face in fiction. Like, why would you say anything. You just got done telling Hisui you guys should keep it a secret. Jesus. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. Well, I just happened to wake up early today. But you're pretty impressive too, Akiha. To still wake up this early as drunk as you were yesterday. Of course! You should always drink considering the next day, so there's no reason to oversleep because of it. Really? But you were pretty hammered last night. Maybe you have more breakdown enzymes than a normal person, Akiha. If that's so, I'm a little jealous. Nissan, what are these breakdown enzymes? Well, I'll make it short. After alcohol enters the body, I guess it changes to some type of poison. The poison is processed by the liver by these enzymes that break down the alcohol into water. The amount of enzymes in each person is different, and Japanese people tend to have less than others. Is that true? You can say those that have less enzymes have to moderate a little. Akiha looks impressed. I'm a little surprised. You seem to know quite a bit, Nissan. No, not really. I just have a bad friend that drinks a lot, that's all. Is that so? It seems like you were not drinking that much last night, though. That's because I'm one of those people that has to moderate. Since my bad friend simply downs his drinks, I always have to stay sober to take care of him. By the way, this bad friend I'm talking about is no other than Inui Arihiko. I don't really understand it, but it seems like your private life is very fun indeed. Why is that all of a sudden? Why do you bring that up? Nissan, your face seemed so happy just now. You didn't show that face last night. Well, it is true that last night was more surprising than it was fun. Shiki-san, breakfast is ready! With excellent timing, Kohaku-san's voice cuts in. I'll be right there. Well, I gotta go, Akiha. After finishing breakfast, I head to the sitting room to find Akiha gone. Huh? Hisui, where is Akiha? Akiha-sama left for school right after you went to the dining room, Shiki-sama. Oh yeah. Akiha's school is far, isn't it? Well, I shouldn't be standing around either. If it's true, it'd be Japanese people were on average shorter and has... Huh. I guess so. Well, I shouldn't be standing around either. Yes, I will bring your bag right away. Hisui disappears toward the lobby. I stare listlessly behind her. Shiki-san, what happened last night? What do you mean, Kohaku-san? Oh my, I see you're blushing. Something must have happened, didn't it? No, nothing happened at all. Go ahead, ask Hisui. Is that so? It seems like you've become pretty good friends with Hisui-chan. Kohaku-san tilts her head to the side. I became good friends with Hisui? That's something I'd like to hear about myself. Shiki-sama, I have your bag ready. Please get ready to leave the mansion, as you do not have much time left. Yeah, I'm coming. Later, Kohaku-san. See you this evening. Yes, I look forward to it. Oh, jeez. I'll come right back today, so I'll be back around 4 o'clock. Oh, and you don't have to wait here. I understand. Please be careful on your way, Shiki-sama. Thanks. I'll be going now, Hisui. Waving a hand to the bowing Hisui, I dashed down the street. I get to the classroom, and the class starts uneventfully as always. There's no one at Yumizuka's desk. Even though a classmate is gone forever, class life remains unchanged. I become a little uneasy. Because of Hisui, I'd forgotten all about that.
Oh gosh.
Perhaps because of that incident. With that uneasiness, my thoughts drift toward the sky. Before I realized it, the school day was over. I let out a sigh. I don't really feel like seeing Arihiko or Senpai. Right now, it seems like I'm more at ease at the Tohno mansion than in school. I enter the lobby and immediately encounter Hisui. Welcome back, Shiki-sama. I'm home, Hisui. Are Kohaku-san and Akiha here? Akiha-sama has not returned yet. Ne-san will most likely be in the rear courtyard sweeping. As usual. Well, I'll be in my room. Please continue whatever you were doing. Yes. Please excuse me. I head up the stairs to the second floor. Excuse me.
Oh my gosh. What's happening? Ugh.
Okay. Shiki-sama? I will be in Makihisa's room, sorting things out. If you need me, please call for me. Hisui disappears toward the east end of the mansion. Putting down my bag, I take off my jacket. Well then. There's still some time until evening, so what should I do? We're gonna go see Hisui. Like, we're gonna go see Hisui. It's the Hisui route. Like, stupid fucking question. I'll go see Hisui. But Hisui doesn't let me help her, and I don't want to get in her way. What should I do? I don't want to be a burden, but for some reason I want to see her. Ah, that reminds me. I still need to give her back the ribbon. Hisui said she'd forgotten about it, but the ribbon is hers. There's really no point in me holding on to it, so I should give it back. In the old man's room, Hisui is arranging books. Even though it's no longer being used, his room is still being cleaned like before. Hisui, could I have a minute? Shiki-sama. Yes, what is it? I know we talked about this earlier, but I thought I should give this back. I pulled out the ribbon Hisui gave me 8 years ago. Hisui? So, you honestly don't want it? No, I will take it. It's important to me after all. Taking the ribbon, Hisui becomes silent. I can't talk to her. The Hisui in front of me right now looks very much like the Hisui from 8 years ago, distant from the ones around her. Shiki-sama, is this all you came to do? I can't seem to speak, so I just nod. In that case, please return to your room. I still have some work remaining. Hisui walks toward the center of the room. Hisui, did that ribbon have any special meaning? This 8-year period. I think I may have finally fulfilled my promise, even if it was too late. Then, I'll go to my room. See you later, Hisui. With that, I leave the room. After dinner.
Damn it. Fuck.
Shit. I return to my room. It's 10 at night. Since I had tea with Akiha and the others after dinner, it's already time for bed. Ugh. I'm not really tired, but my body feels sluggish. It seems like I've finally gotten used to life at this mansion. Expressionless Hisui, bright and cheery Kohaku, and Akiha, who worries over me constantly. Certainly, getting used to this lifestyle is fun. It seems like I've returned to the me that existed 8 years ago. I never had the chance to relax this much when living with the Arimas. The Arimas have a child in middle school as well, but we were always distant and never really had a chance to talk. I really am sleepy. Changing into my pajamas, I lie down in bed. I'll go to bed early, wake up early, and give Akiha quite a surprise. All of a sudden, I find myself in town. Midnight. I walk through the empty town. I pant heavily. For some reason, I'm out of breath. With bloodshot eyes, I'm looking at people walking down the street. Foolish people, walking the streets so carelessly, even though the killer has not been caught. Do they think that they're special and won't get killed? Or maybe they want to die but are unable to kill themselves and want someone to kill them. Well, it's probably the latter. A group of people that I don't know continues to walk by. That's not the person. That's not the person. That's not the person. I diligently stare at them one by one, but shake my head. That's not the person. That's not the person. That's not the person. I still can't find that person. I definitely heard what this person looks like, but I can't seem to find that person. I'm getting a little annoyed. Not here. Not here. Not here. Not here. Why? Not here. Not here. Not here. Not here. I start panting even more. It's really ticking me off. Why isn't that person here? 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 I've decided. Tonight, I'll change my plan. Anyone will do. If I can kill, anyone will do. Once more, I want to taste that wonderful sensation. There. A girl with long hair walks by. Akiha! Yeah, that is Akiha. Akiha. Akiha, my sister. My beautiful sister, only mine. That is what I want. My sister. Only mine. She's definitely mine, and mine only. I kill her from behind, taking care not to damage her body. Holding her long hair, I drag her body. Heavy breathing. Biting into her neck, I suck her blood. My breath becomes wild. This murder is different from the others. Akiha. Just thinking this is Akiha makes it feel so wonderful. My brain becomes numb. I get fully aroused as I suck her blood. Sucking every last drip of blood. I ejaculate over and over. When it's all over, I realize it. Who is this person? This isn't Akiha at all. I'm angry. Even though I slice the body into pieces, I'm still mad. Imposter. This imposter is pissing me off. I've used up extra energy. The night isn't that long. Once it becomes morning, Shiki will waken. I'm tired tonight. I'll start again tomorrow. Yeah, that'll do. That's what I'll do. Now then, before the morning comes, before anyone realizes it, I must go back to my own bed. That was a short chapter, Jesus. Chapter 6, Killer 2. I gasp for air. It's morning now. This is my room. Up until now, I've been here, just like this. And I should have been sleeping. My forehead is hurting. Dream. I had a terrible dream. A dream where I killed someone. A dream where I ejaculated over and over as I killed. Hot. My throat is burning. My body feels like lead, and my hands, the feeling of breaking someone's neck, still lingers on my hands. That can't be. It can't be. It was a dream. Unmistakably a dream. But are dreams really that vivid? I remember it so vividly. The street in the dead of night. The feeling of snapping someone's neck. The stickiness of blood gurgling down my throat. The face of the woman so cruelly killed. But it's merely a dream. Since I'm here, it had to have been a dream. But the problem is, I'm dreaming that I'm having fun killing people. You and I are the same, Shiki-kun. Before my eyes,
Jesus Christ.
the world starts spinning. Someone who can't resist the pleasure from killing. And that crazy speed. Excuse me, Hisui says as she enters the room. Good morning. It seems that you've already awakened, Shiki-sama. Morning, Hisui. The world stopped spinning. As soon as Hisui spoke, the whirlpool I was trapped in disappeared like an illusion. Shiki-sama? What is it, Hisui? How are you feeling this morning? You're not saying anything. Sorry. I was just staring at you. I understand. I have to go to school. I'll go to the sitting room right away, so wait for me there. Shiki-sama, if you are not feeling well, please do not push yourself. Your health is more important than school. No way, Hisui. I can't skip school. It's nothing, really. So, don't spoil me like that. No, please rest. I will tell Akiha, so please rest. Hisui is unusually persistent. Does my face look that haggard? Hisui, you worry too much. It really is nothing at all, so please don't worry about it. I'll just wash my face, so please wait for me in the sitting room. Getting out of bed, I walk past Hisui, who seems like she wants to say more. Leaving the room, it is a little painful seeing Hisui watch me with such uneasiness in her eyes. I look in the mirror in the bathroom. I don't look like I'm sick. Why is Hisui worrying so much? I splash cold water onto my face. Just thinking about the dream I had last night makes me want to puke and not go to school. But if I stay home from school because of that, that will just be like confirming something, which makes me feel uneasy. Akiha and Kohaku-san are in the sitting room, and Hisui is standing nearby. As usual, I'm the last one to enter the room. Good morning, Shiki-san. No way! It isn't even 6:30 yet. Kohaku-san looks toward me with a soft smile, while Akiha gets up from the sofa and gapes at me in surprise. Good morning, Kohaku-san. Oh, and Akiha too. What do you mean, Akiha too? Well, Akiha too means Akiha too. That should be enough for someone who's surprised to see me get up early, when you tell me to get up early every day. I see. Nisan, you wake up early for once, and now you triumphantly walk around with your head held up high. Head held up high, Akiha. Head. Neck. Neck? I remember the sensations from my dream, and feel like vomiting. Sorry, Kohaku-san. I don't mean to be a bother, but could you get me something cold to drink before I eat? Not at all. Would you like soda or fruit juice? I'll have a soda, please. Coming right up. Kohaku-san disappears toward the kitchen. Nisan? You're not arguing back. Are you feeling all right? Jeez. You and even Hisui. What do you think I am? I just woke up early and my throat is dry. There isn't anything wrong with me. Trying to resist the urge to vomit, I shout back. I'm sorry, Nisan, but there's obviously something wrong, and I want to help. No, that's not it. The fact that you're worried about me makes me really happy. I just had a really bad nightmare last night, and my mind is elsewhere, that's all. I'm sorry, Akiha. I'm the one who should apologize. I sit down on the sofa. I know that something's wrong with me, but I can't do anything about it. Nisan, is there something bothering you? If it's something to do with this mansion, please tell me, and I'm sure I can be of help. No, it's not that I'm not used to living here. That's right. Maybe if I ask her indirectly, it might help me feel better. I decide to... See, the problem with a decision like this is that I don't know what he's talking about. He said maybe if I ask her indirectly. Ask what? About, like, what's making him feel uneasy? What's making him feel uneasy is the fact that he murdered a woman. Like, and the fact that he's having fantasies about, like, murder or whatever. Is that what he's about to ask her? I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know, guys. Let's think about this real hard. Let's think really, really hard. You know, now that I thought about it, maybe we should talk to Akiha. Okay. I decide that it's better to do it than not. Besides, I keep on thinking for the worst since I'm keeping this to myself. Well, then let me ask you a question. If someone does things they know they shouldn't do, if someone does things they know they shouldn't do, would that be... If someone does things they know they shouldn't do, would that be a result of stress? Doing something they know they shouldn't do, is it a reoccurring problem or just an accident? Well, it's more like an accident. It seems like the person really isn't conscious. So you mean they're doing things while unconscious, so they can't stop themselves from doing it? That's right, they can't stop. They can't even get themselves to think about stopping. In that case, it sounds like a personality inversion. Personality inversion? You mean their personality gets reversed? Yes. For whatever reason, something triggers a change in the person, and their entire moral spectrum, their whole attitude gets reversed. It may be termed a disease of the mind. Don't you remember, Nisan? Father was usually a very kind person, but sometimes he would turn just as cold as ice. The old man was. Come to think of it, Tohno Makihisa was extremely kind one day, and extremely strict the next. I don't remember that well. Do you remember Hisui? I look at Hisui, who's standing by the wall, and it looks like Hisui's trying to contain herself, and can't hear my voice. Akiha-sama, please don't talk about any of that. Makihisa-sama was just a little manic-depressive, that's all. Kohaku-san says this, as she brings a silver tray with a glass on it. You shouldn't say bad things about those who've departed. And besides, Makihisa-sama is your father too. I know. I don't need you to tell me that. Akiha joins Hisui in silence. Here you go, Shiki-san. Thanks for waiting. Kohaku-san puts the glass of lemon squash onto the table. Thanks. Using a straw, I let the cool drink fill my body. The rest of the time, Akiha and Hisui never open their mouths. The only cheerful one in the sitting room is Kohaku-san. I don't understand why everyone became so depressed, but the old man is definitely connected to it. Please be careful on your way, Shiki-sama. I'll be going. Hisui? Yes? What is it, Shiki-sama? When we were talking earlier, about my old man, you were deathly quiet. Not just you, but Akiha as well. Did something happen to that old man in the 8 years I was gone? You and Akiha were both acting strange earlier. Hisui doesn't answer. I see. Well, I won't force you to answer. If you ever feel like it, we could talk about it. No. This is not something that concerns you, Shiki-sama. Shiki-sama, if you are going to live in this mansion, please do not ever mention Makihisa-sama again. Damn. After Hisui's eyes flash for a brief moment, she heads back to the mansion. It's lunchtime. As usual, Arihiko is skipping school. I'll go eat at the cafeteria. If I eat by myself, I'll just end up being depressed. If I go eat in the cafeteria full of people, it should help me get my mind off things. As expected, the cafeteria is packed. After waiting a long time, I buy the tried-and-true meal set A and walk to the table. The students' voices are pretty loud, so I'm able to concentrate on just eating my meal. I use my fork and eat in silence, macaroni and cheese, and brownie with M&Ms in it. And then, for a moment, I see a terrible image. Is it the television screen? I gape at the large television mounted on the wall at the end of the cafeteria. At my school, they record the morning news and replay it at lunch. I just stare dumbfounded at the news broadcast that is several hours late. No way. I watch the news in amazed horror. Shown in the television is the alley that I saw last night in my dream. The newscaster is talking. On the screen, the words, "Vampire serial killer's 9th victim," appears in bloody lettering? What the fuck? What? That's so tasteless. What kind of news broadcast do they have over in that city? Jesus. After that, the face of the victim appears. The woman with the long hair. She was definitely the one I killed in my dream. Suddenly, I start to feel faint. How come? That was a dream. It had to be a dream. But in reality, The same person is in my dream. In the same place as my dream. Is killed in the same way as my dream. The vampire should be gone already. I killed Yumizuka with my own hands. Those killings, they shouldn't be happening anymore. I killed? Yes, I killed. Just like the time I killed Yumizuka. While breathing hard, last night. That woman I've never met. Didn't I tell you, Shiki-kun? It's useless to resist it. Quashing the urge to throw up my lunch, I stagger out of my seat. I can't go back to class. I somehow find myself running into town. I come to the place I saw in my dream. There are several policemen around the area, and tape reading, "Police line, do not cross," is stretched across the alley. Exactly the same. Without a doubt, this is the place I went to in my dream. No, that's not a dream. I can't delude myself into thinking that it's a dream any longer. Even if I stay here longer, the cops will only stare at me. I can't go back to school now. I guess I'll go back to the mansion. Since it's not even 2 o'clock yet, Hisui isn't waiting in the lobby. I can say I got lucky. I don't feel like seeing everyone right now. Giving a deep breath, I collapse onto my bed. I just don't understand any of this at all. I have dreams where I kill people? In reality, the same killing has happened. I'm living today like living a normal life. I was taking delight in killing people in my dreams. Just which one? Which one is the real Tohnoshiki? Do you really have to ask? That voice again. Come on. Let's continue, Shiki. That voice that echoes inside my head. My voice. Night comes every day. For sure. We'll find the one we want someday, right? Shut up! I leap out of bed. I breathe wildly. Just now, I was lusting after Akiha. I feel like I'm going to vomit. I don't ever think about these things normally. But when I try to sleep, these weird thoughts pop into my head. It's almost as if there's someone else inside my brain. Come to think of it, Akiha said something like that earlier. That was about... my old man would have extreme personality shifts. It almost sounds like me right now. Of course, like father, like son. It might even be hereditary. My old man's room. I think they still keep it like before. Might need to censor the dream tonight? Oh shit, really? Okay. Thank you for the heads up. It's probably the first time the new station used Windows Movie Maker, honestly. I mean, we're obviously gonna go in there, right? Like, what kind of choice is this? No, I'll just not advance the plot at all. Like, my old man's room. It's just like it always was. Nearly all the rows of books are educational reports, and nothing catches my attention. What I want right now is my old man's journal or notes. The old man was extremely methodical. There certainly has to be something like that lying around here somewhere. Of course, they're not just lying about where anyone can see them. Maybe they're locked away somewhere. I should probably look in these desk drawers first. Using a letter opener lying on the desk, I cut the line of the drawer lock. Oh yeah, I forgot he could do that. Inside, there appears to be some old documents bundled together, and what seems to be a journal. First, I'll look at the old documents. This is my family tree? Definitely. Right after Tohno Makihisa is written, Tohno Shiki and Tohno Akiha. Huh. My old man. He adopted a son 10 years ago. Oh. But he passed away shortly thereafter. 10 years ago. That would have been when I was about in elementary school. That long ago. It's only natural I wouldn't remember. But the heads of the household have had pretty short lifespans. My old man died before he was 50. And before that, before 30 in an accident. Wow, before that, 18 years of age. Suicide? No. Wait a second. No matter how you look at it, this is strange. Looking through the family tree, all members of the Tohno household have died strangely. Madness, accidents, murder, disappearances, stillbirth. Not one of them lived a long life or even died peacefully. Ugh. This entire document is filled with horrible fates. Even worse, most of the causes of death are madness. Most of them ended up taking their own lives. That's strange. It's just strange. But I can't exactly tell what's strange about it. Next is my old man's journal. I pick up the journal, which has a relatively new binding. Thump. My heart starts to pound. My heart seems to understand I shouldn't be opening this. But I can't turn back now. Swallowing hard, I open my old man's journal. There's a demon lurking inside the Tohno bloodline. The opening statement is in those lines. And that isn't just a simple metaphor. The ancestors of the Tohno were a mixed breed of something non-human and human. We, being their descendants, also have this element of something non-human in our blood. In regards to our blood, there are those with strong and those with weak non-human blood. Those with weak non-human blood can live their lives as ordinary people, but those with strong non-human blood can never live a normal life. Those with strong Tohno blood are born with special powers. It could be a body that is resistant to death. It could be an ability to move things without touching them. Or it could be fangs used to take bodily fluids from other people. This blood. When this blood becomes too strong, members of the Tohno house start to gradually lose their sanity. And the majority of the members of the Tohno house that lose their sanity become demons that feed on human flesh. So, the head of the Tohno household carries the responsibility of punishing those who've turned into such monsters. It's messed up. My old man, what was he trying to say? Writing so seriously about something that's more than like a fairy tale. The journal turns more into the old man's rant. The date is roughly 9 years ago. The handwriting starts to get erratic. I'm no longer able to suppress my raging blood. I was able to obtain an orphan from a family of synchronizers, so this should help me strengthen my mind. However, it really is only a matter of time before I go insane. It's terrifying. When I come to, I find that I can't remember half the day. During that time, I'm forcing my aversion impulse on that child. If this keeps up, it's only a matter of time before I completely lose my sanity and turn into a beast. I don't even know how much time I have left to remain as myself. No. If that child is here, then I can probably last a few more years. But that child will not be able to bear that. After that child breaks, I will have to take my own life. But until then, I must protect my children. Akia's blood is weak. Unless she wishes it herself, she does not have to suffer the same fate. The real problem is Shiki. That child is incredibly close to me. More than anything, I do not want that child to suffer my fate. If the Tohno blood is unnatural, I need to distance him as much as possible from the Tohno name, and see how he will fare. I finished reading in a state of horror and amazement. The contents of my old man's journal are so far away from reality that it's outright bizarre. My old man didn't just have manic depression. Rather, he just became violent without his knowing. Just like Tohnoshiki right now. No, that's wrong. That old man isn't like me. I'm like him. Fearing that, he sent me from the mansion. But now I've returned, and my sleeping blood has awoken. Nonsense, all of this. I try to laugh, but find myself unable to laugh it off. The Tohno blood is mixed with the blood of something non-human. Those of the Tohno blood have special powers. I can't laugh it off. Supernatural power. I've been carrying that blood for 8 years, being unable to perceive the death of things, my unnatural eyes. I feel like vomiting. I can't stay standing up. Hurry. I must hurry back to my room and sleep. It feels like there's something wrong with my head. Shiki-sama, have you returned already? I can hear a voice that sounds like Hisui. Shiki-sama, please excuse me. Hisui enters my room. Please forgive me. I did not realize that you'd returned, so I was unable to greet you at the door. Don't worry about it. I came early on my own. Hisui, can you leave me alone? I just don't feel like talking to anyone. Shiki-sama, are you feeling sick? I don't know. I don't understand it myself. Hisui looks at me with worried eyes. Damn it, what am I doing? Hisui's worrying about me. There's no reason to take it out on her. Sorry. I just feel a bit bad. I want to sleep until dinner. Is there some medicine I can take? Headache medicine would be the best. Yes, I will go get some. Thank you for waiting. Please drink this. Thank you, as always, and sorry. I take the water and the powdered medicine that Hisui brought me. For some reason, there are 2 kinds of medicine. Huh? 2? What are they? Yes, I told my sister that you were not feeling well, and she gave me some medicine that she had prescribed from your doctor. This one is to help you sleep. This contains benzodiazepine, which is known for being able to produce a relaxed sleep. I trust Kohaku-san, but she doesn't have to tell Hisui all this in-depth knowledge. Wow. Does Kohaku-san plan on becoming a licensed pharmacist? Saying that, I drink the medicine. I drink the water to gulp down my medicine. Something's fucked up. Something's fucked. I forgot to mention this on Monday, but I noticed something weird. Hisui mentioned something about Shiki playing pranks on on her and the other kids. But it doesn't super make sense for her to know that if she was the girl by the window. And maybe I'm crazy, But I feel like I remember the flashback of the girl with the bright smile in the beginning of this route had blue eyes. So, I think it's pretty clear. My guess is that Shiki's confusing the two. But then also, whenever Shiki gets given this medicine, Hisui makes this weird, creepy smile, which is like super out of character for her. And I don't know. Throughout the entire story, like in the beginning of the game, like in Arcueid's route, like Hisui supposedly led Shiki into the garden where he had that flashback, or like at the clearing in the woods. And then Aki is like screaming at her like, you were not supposed to let him go there. But like, Hisui has never done anything other than that and this medicine shit to ever mess with Shiki. But Kohaku-san has. She was the one who told Shiki about the like the family thing and the Akiha route. And I think there was one where she straight up led him to the garden. But then it got blamed on Hisui anyway. Is this Kohaku? I don't know. I don't know. Does that make sense? Because, like, they're twins, right? I guess, like... But Kohaku has different colored eyes. I don't know. Apparently, it works fast. I feel sleepy already. I'm going to sleep. Please wake me when it's dinner time. I understand. Well then, excuse me. Hisui leaves. My consciousness starts to fade. I'll sleep just a little bit. It's still bright outside. Because it's during the day, I shouldn't see any of those horrible dreams. Okay. Shit gets crazy. We're gonna go full screen for just a second. Because I was warned, so, you know. Let's go a little more full screen than that. Okay. Please excuse me. Good night, Shiki-sama. With a bow, Hisui exits the room. I yawn heavily. I'm still just a little sleepy. Kohaku-san's medicine was pretty strong, so I spent most of dinner in a daze. It's only about 9 o'clock. I took a nap already, so it's a little early to be sleeping. At 10 o'clock, the lights in the mansion are turned off. Well then, what should I do? I say this calmly, but I really have no idea what I should do. Just what are the dreams I keep seeing? And just like my father, who does things unconsciously. And did I really kill anyone? No. There's something not right about this interpretation. If I left the mansion and walked the streets, Kohaku-san and Hisui would definitely notice something. I can't explain the fact that I wake up in my bed clean when there's so much blood splattered on me. There's only one way to know for sure. It's weird that he comes to this conclusion in this route, but not in the Akiha route. Yes. If I want to prove everything. It depends on what the choice is. Let's see. I have to imagine if we're going to the city, nothing H will happen, right? Because, like, I'll walk around the night-shrouded town and find the serial killer. Then, I can prove that my dreams were just dreams. That seems like a really bad idea. That just seems like a really bad idea. Because if I find the killer, then all the incidents must be the work of that killer. All right. For safety's sake, I put my knife in my pocket and start my investigation. I'm not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow, but I know it's soon. Okay. I go out into the night-shrouded town. There isn't exactly a way to search for the serial killer. The only thing I can do is wander the streets and look for anything suspicious, or I use myself as a decoy to bring out the killer. After what happened with Yumizuka, maybe I've become numb to danger. Since the serial killer is just a human, I can roam the streets without any nervousness. I wander around aimlessly. The time is about 11 at night. I don't see anything suspicious. The clock has now gone past midnight. There's no use coming here. Damn it. I don't see anyone that looks like a killer. I'm starting to get really annoyed. Why can't I find anyone like that? That's not the person. That's not the person. That's not the person. Unable to stand it, I put my hand in my pocket, gripping my knife. That's not the person. 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 For a brief instant, I see the face of a man with bloodshot eyes. It's nothing. It's merely my reflection off of a show window. How stupid. Gripping my knife, breathing out of control, unconsciously acting like the killer in my dreams. No! No. I didn't want to do these kinds of things. Damn it. What am I doing? Seriously, what am I doing? If I didn't recognize my face like that, I would really take anyone and tell myself it's the killer and would have killed anyone. I start to run. I can't stay here. I won't find anything this way. There's something wrong with me. I breathe heavily. I reach my room as if running away, and I collapse onto my bed. In the end, I didn't solve anything. I start to get sleepy. All I can do is try to sleep deeply, so that I won't dream at all. I feel like I'm being watched. With bloodshot eyes, I look at the people walking down the streets. Maybe it's because of the time. Compared to last night, there's hardly anyone around. Someone's watching me. I can't find what I'm looking for. Again. Tonight. I can't find the person I'm looking for. I'm starting to get annoyed. I pant heavily. I should change my spot. I'm going to stop looking in town. I go from roof to roof, and end up somewhere crowded. Looking from the roof to the highest house, I scan the streets. Don't look. There. I see a person walking alone. A woman. This time, there can be no...
Oh, shit.
There can be no mistake. It'll be great if it's Akiha. Don't look at me. No, it really doesn't matter. Once more, I want to taste that wonderful sensation. I kill her from behind, taking care not to damage her body. Holding her long hair, I drag Akiha's body. Biting into Akiha's neck, I suck her blood. Boring. This is nowhere near as exciting as last night. If her hair is short, it's not Akiha at all. Boring. I start to get pissed off. Even though I slice the body into pieces, I'm still mad. Imposter. This imposter pisses me off. Stop watching me. I've used up extra energy. Soon dawn will arrive. Once it becomes morning, Shiki will awaken. I'm tired tonight. I'll start again tomorrow. Yeah, that'll do. That's what I'll do. Now then.
Oh, shit.
Before the morning comes, before anyone realizes it, I must go back to school. Chapter 7, Transparent Scratch. Okay. Okay. So, much like the Akiha route, we're having the dreams again. And much like the Akiha route, we're learning about the Tohno bloodline, and we saw a glimpse of red-haired Akiha in a dream.
Oh my god, I'm so sleepy, fuck.
Okay, feels rude to yawn while streaming. I don't know why. I feel bad. I'm sorry, everybody. I feel like I've heard the term synchronizer before. But I don't know if it was in this or if it was in some Fate shit or whatever. I feel like I've been given pieces, but I'm like too stupid to put them together. So like that's why I'm so quiet. I'm just trying to think like what could they be trying to do? I don't know. I've said from the beginning that something is afoot with this goofy bitch when referring to Kohaku. So I've always been super suspicious of her. She's sus, especially that thing with the finger, when she cut her finger and was like acting super fucking weird, bro. Yeah, something's up with Kohaku, definitely. But we won't know for sure until we play more. I honestly, if I'm smart, I probably should just read Fate Stay Night after this. Because if I want to grow my audience, that's the best bet, right? Like, why wouldn't I just read the most popular visual novel if I'm going to do visual novel content? But I'm just getting kind of tired of Nasu. A little bit, low-key. Not in a bad way, just in a, like this shit is so long. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have some ideas, but I'm still mulling it over. So, thank you very much, and we will see you next time.